Hello again, my name is Kevin Richardson, and I'm back again with another installment of the series that I would like to call A Chapter a Day to Keep the Devil at Bay, where I'll be reading a chapter from the Bible every day from 3 different versions of the Bible, from the King James Version, the New International Version, and from the New Living Translation. It's important that we remember to read the Bible every day, and this is and I've figured out it's actually helpful and beneficial, and I was encouraged to do this by a channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mack. You got to check her out on YouTube. She's a good follow. And then, over time, I'll encourage y'all to be able to follow other people and everything. There's plenty of other channels that you can be able to check out. There's Dr. Dave Jeremiah, Living Waters with Ray Comfort, Vody Bachel, God rest his soul, still has his content up. Different stuff from people like Billy Graham and stuff like that across YouTube. If y'all need to find an actual minister or pastor or whatever to listen to as they preach or whatever, then there's the Salt podcast. That's pretty good, I suppose. Anyhow, I recommend Bible Time with Melanie Mack the most, to be honest with you, because of the fact that it was at her encouragement that I actually got back into the Word, and am now encouraged to follow in her path, basically, of reading the Bible to y'all, in the hopes that y'all could be able to take from it something that you might not have taken from it already before, to strengthen your faith, or to possibly bring someone over to the faith so that they could be able to become Christians as well. So, because salvation isn't just for some of us. Many will be called, few will be found worthy or whatever, but it's still important that we call as many as we can. So here I am doing my part to try to call as many people as will listen, in the hopes that at least one person will take from this and actually become a Christian. If not from what I have to say, then at least maybe from somebody that I recommend that they go check out. So that's all I can do, is hope to be able to save at least one soul. Anyhow, on to chapter 10 of the King James Version. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Tiraz. The sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Riphath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families, and their nations. The sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Phut, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah, and Sabta, and Ramah, and Septica. And the sons of Ramah, Sheba, and Dedan. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Eresh, and Akkad, and Cana in the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Ashur, and builded Nineveh, and the city Rehoboth, and Calah. And Resen was between Nineveh and Calah, the same is a great city. And Mizraim begat Ludim, and Anamim, and Lehabim, and Nephtuhim, and Pathrusim, and Calushim, out of whom came Philistim, and Caphtorim. And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusite, and Amorite, and the Girgasite, and the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite, and the Arvadite, and the Zemarite, and the Hamathite, and afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar, and unto Gaza, as thou goest unto Sodom and Gomorrah, and Admah and Zeboim, even unto Lasha. These are the sons of Ham and their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem, Elam, and Ashur, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. And the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Mash. And Arphaxad begat Salah, and Salah begat Eber. And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. And Joktan begat Ammadad, and Sheleph, and Hazarmaveth, and Jerah, and Hedoram, and Uzal, and Diklah, and Obal, and Abimael, and Sheba, and Othir, and Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan. And their dwelling was from Misha, as thou goest unto Sephar, and mount of the east. These are the sons of Shem, after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. These are the families of the sons of Noah, after their generations, in their nations, and by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. That's it for chapter 10 of the King James Version. Now on to the New International Version, chapter 10. And it reads as thus. This is the account of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's sons, who themselves had sons after the flood, the Japhethites. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Mesech, and Tiraz. The sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. The sons of Javan, Elisha, Tarshish, and the Kittim, and the Redanim. From these the maritime people spread out into their territories by their clans within their nations, each with its own language. The Hamites, the sons of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush, Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Ramah, and Septeka. The sons of Ramah, Sheba, and Dedan. Cush was the father of Nimrod, who grew to be a mighty warrior on the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. That is why it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. The first centers of his kingdom were Babylon, Eresh, Akkad, and Calneh in Shinar. From that land he went to Assyria, where he built Nineveh, Rehoboth-ir, Calah, and Resen, which is between Nineveh and Calah, that is the great city. Mizraim was the father of the Ludites, Anamites, Lehabites, Nephtuhites, Patrusites, Casluhites, from whom the Philistines came, and Caphtorites. Canaan was the father of Sidon, his firstborn, and of the Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, Girgashites, Hivites, Archites, Sinites, Arvadites, Zemarites, and Hamathites. Later, the Canaanite clans scattered, and the borders of Canaan reached from Sidon towards Gerar as far as Gaza, and then towards Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim, as far as Lasha. These are the sons of Ham by their clans and languages and their territories and nations. Sons were also born to Shem, whose older brother was Japheth. Shem was the ancestor of all the sons of Eber. The sons of Shem, Elam, Ashur, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram, Uz, Hul, Gether, and Meshech. Arphaxad was the father of Shelah, and Shelah was the father of Eber. The two sons were born of Eber. One was named Peleg because in his time the earth was divided. His brother was named Joktan. Joktan was the father of Almodad, Shelef, Hazarmaveth, Jerah, Hadoram, Uzal, Dikla, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All of these were sons of Joktan. The region where they lived stretched from Mesha towards Sephar in the eastern hill country. These are the sons of Shem by their clans and languages in their territories and nations. These are the clans of Noah's sons according to their lines of descent within their nations. From these, the nations spread out over the earth after the flood. And that's it for chapter 10 of the New International Version, and onward to chapter 10 of the New Living Translation. And it reads as thus. This is the account of the families of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, the three sons of Noah. Many children were born to them after the great flood. Descendants of Japheth. The descendants of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiraz. The descendants of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Riphath, Togarmah. The descendants of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Rodanim. Their descendants became the seafaring peoples that spread out to various lands, each identified by its own language, clan, and national identity. The descendants of Ham. The descendants of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The descendants of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Ramah, and Sabteka. The descendants of Ramah were Sheba and Dedan. Cush was also the ancestor of Nimrod, who was the first heroic warrior on earth, since he was the greatest hunter in the world. His name became proverbial. People would say, "This man is like Nimrod, the greatest hunter in the world." He built his kingdom in the land of Babylonia, with the cities of Babylon, Eresh, Akkad, and Calneh. From there he expanded his territory to Assyria, building the cities of Nineveh, Rehoboth-ir, Calah, and Resen, the great city located between Nineveh and Calah. Mizraim was the ancestor of the Ludites, Anamites, Lehabites, and Naphtuhites, Patrusites, Casluhites, and the Caphtorites, from whom the Philistines came. Canaan's oldest son was Sidon, the ancestor of the Sidonians. Canaan was also the ancestor of the Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, Girgashites, Hivites, Arkites, Sinites, Arvadites, Zemarites, and Hamathites. The Canaanite clans eventually spread out, and the territory of Canaan extended from Sidon in the north to Gerar and Gaza in the south, and east as far as Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim near Lasha. These were the descendants of Ham, identified by clan, language, territory, and national identity. Descendants of Shem. Sons were also born to Shem, the older brother of Japheth. Shem was the ancestor of all the descendants of Eber. The descendants of Shem were Elam, Ashur, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The descendants of Ram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Arphaxad was the father of Shelah, and Shelah was the father of Eber. Eber had two sons. The first was named Peleg, which means division, for during his lifetime, the people of the world were divided into different language groups. His brother's name was Joktan. Joktan was the ancestor of Almodad, Shelef, Hazarmaveth, Derah, Hadoram, Uzal, Dikla, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were descendants of Joktan. The territory they occupied extended from Mesha all the way to Sephar in the eastern mountains. These were the descendants of Shem, identified by clan, language, territory, and national identity. These are the clans that descended from Noah's sons, arranged by nation according to their lines of descent. All the nations of the earth descended from these clans after the great flood. And there you have it for chapter 10 of the New Living Translation. And some of these names are ones that I've mentioned before, like Havilah, and Ashur and Cush, and some of these were names like back whenever I was talking about the 4 rivers that came out of Eden. Other ones you might recognize from other uses of the terms, which I won't go into details about any of that. But like, I mean, if you want to do any further reading on some of the different names that are listed in here, to be able to see about the descendants of them, any further reading that you would like to do, that's up to you. I hope that this might be of help to someone to be able to increase in their knowledge that they have of the Bible, and to be able to increase in their faith as well. I pray that this will be able to reach someone out there new that is not of the faith, and that it might draw them to the faith, if not by my own efforts, then by the efforts of someone that I may have led them to as a result of me encouraging them to go check out other channels. I would like for you to check out my testimony video sometime if you'd like to. I mean, there's a lot more to my story than just what I have in the testimony video, but maybe I'll get around one of these days to actually making further information on that. But it was really hard for me to even speak as much as I did on what I did speak on. So anyhow, I pray that y'all have a great day. If you have any kind of prayer requests, just leave them in the comment section, and I will get back with you. I'll pray for you, and y'all have a great day.